Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Journey. We're going to do project determination. This will be the second video. And by that I mean project determination is I'm determined to get this market garden going. And you guys get to follow along through the year as I do it. Today is a few days after the last one. This is December 30th, so right before the new year. And the reason why it's been so long is, well, one, the day I was filming the sandbags, how to make the cone, it started getting dark on me, so I stopped filming. And then it started raining, and it's either rained or it's been a holiday or something like that ever since. And even last night, actually early this morning, it was still raining, but it's getting closer and closer, and I need to hurry up and get this tarp down. So we're just going to do what we can do. So hopefully it's not too muddy. If it is, then we're putting mud in the sandbags, and we'll see how it goes. I will use the tractor to try to break it up a little bit. And hopefully, again, it's not too muddy. We'll just have to wait and see. So if you didn't notice in the last video, these sandbags, these came from Farmer's Friend. And the reason why I chose these, they looked more expensive than the cheap ones you can find either on Amazon or eBay or wherever. But these are supposed to be UV protected so that hopefully they'll last longer out in the sunlight and stuff. And since they will be out in the sunlight, I want to make sure they're not going to be, because it looks like it's made out of a material kind of like a tarp. And I've had tarps that just, after 6 months or so, just start shredding. And then you end up with little bitty pieces all over the place. And you never get it out of your soil or wherever it goes. So hopefully these are a little better about that, or hopefully a lot better. Just have to wait and see. The tarp material, when I get to that part, that is also from Farmer's Friend. And again, the same thing. I wanted to make sure I got something that was going to be UV protected so that it didn't just rot away out there or break down in the sun, and then I end up just having to buy it again. So as they say, buy once, cry once. You spend the money the first time and hopefully you get the results you're looking for versus spend the money over and over again on cheap stuff. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. Is I'm going to start filling sandbags. I've got 2 boxes of these, 100 in each box. I'm going to start with 1 box. Hopefully I get it all filled up. If I don't, then we'll just keep going. But we'll start with that and then we'll see where it goes. If I need to, I'll break out the other box and go ahead and use that too. They claim that for the size that I have, which I think are I think they're 25 or 24 or something like that, by 100 tarps, they claim that you need roughly about 200 of them. So I don't know that it's going to take that many, but we'll wait and see. I didn't want to just use any old thing and throw down on the tarps though, because the whole point is to protect it and keep it from getting messed up. And I can shuffle out the rocks and stuff out of these bags, or at least make sure they're small enough rocks so that it's not going to be that big of a problem. Whereas I just take chunks of wood and things like that and throw on it, and bricks and everything else, it's going to punch holes in it. It's just going to make it break down or wear out that much quicker. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Without further ado, let's go fill some sandbags. here's another test. We're going to see how much, because I'm going to be putting grass in here too, stuff like this. And I just want to see, because there's some tough stuff in here. There's probably Johnson grass and different things like that. So we're going to see if later on, if that doesn't grow through the bag. Shouldn't, but it's just another thing to check. So anyway, let's get going. That's the other thing I want to check too. At the first one, you can see, let me show you this. The first one you can see is filled. Much more full, much fuller than this one. And the thing is, this thing's just holding down the plastic, so there's no need for it to be too heavy. You want it heavy enough, but not too heavy, because then it's just more labor for you. So I think that's a little too full. I think this is good size. It's probably, my guess is maybe 10 pounds. Somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds, but probably closer to 10. And but I think that's a better way. So that's 2 bags out of 100. Let me keep going. When you can avoid it, and I was having problems with it down on the ground there, it just hurts your back. So I got something like this, instant table. I can bring it up to a good working height, and I don't have to mess up my back in the process. So work smarter, not harder. Well, I got 20 bags filled. Still have to tie off a few of them, but now I get called away, just like always. I'm gonna go ahead and take these up to the garden, go ahead and unload them. That way everything's good to go, ready for the next, fill up this bucket again after I get done with the other stuff I got to do. And I'll tie those up there before I get started the next time. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you whenever I get done. So sorry about that. Yesterday I had to go and get these actually. They were ready. I've never had glasses before, and these things are, I don't know, I'm going to give them a shot and see. I know they really help for reading. I can see everything clearly now. I don't need longer arms. But I can't, I don't know. I'm not so sure that I needed the lenses or needed a prescription to be able to see distance. I think anyway that I was seeing all that perfectly clear. And because of the way these are, now everything that's a little off to the sides is blurry now because of the lenses. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to wear them anyway just to see, just to get myself used to them if that's the case. But yeah, so got these yesterday. And now, as you can hear outside, it's really windy. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I got 20 bags yesterday. I'm going to try to get the rest of the 80, which should finish up this batch of 100, and just get them up there. And hopefully, yesterday I did what I started, I think it was like 220, I put it in a video, 2 something, and then I think I went to about 308 when I got the call. So I'd been working for about, I think 40 minutes or so, and I got 20 sandbags, so that's not that bad. It could go faster, it could go slower, but that's a decent pace, and I'm not hurting myself to do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other 80, and we'll see where things go after that. As you can hear, that wind has not died down at all. It actually started getting cooler, colder. I was working, wearing a sweatshirt and all that because I just couldn't deal with it. It was way too cold. So I got off camera. I went ahead and did 25 more bags. I've got 75 bags done out of a full box. So I got another 25 to go. I was hoping to get it done tonight, but it started getting cooler. And at the same time, I had to take a break there at the end and go feed all the animals and everything else. So it'll just have to wait. You know, tomorrow is a new year, and we'll get it done then. So it's as long as it does get done, I know it is something that needs to happen because this stuff takes a while. You know, getting that tarped, it's going to take a while for it to do what it's going to do, and you know, I need the sandbags for it to hold it down, especially in wind like this because it is just crazy. So just a quick thing on the glasses, I could not wear them while I was working. I mean, I tried, and then it got to a point because I think it's a little bit blurry. Or a little off whenever I'm looking normally. But it gets blurry when you look off to the sides, and it definitely looks blurry whenever you're looking down because it's made for reading. So, so whenever you're dealing with the, you know, constantly looking down to shovel and looking to the side to shovel and going back and forth like that, it's yeah, it wasn't working well. So it's going to take me either more getting used to it, or I may just need to do away with the actual anything but just readers, because that's the only problem I thought I had was just reading. So everything else looked perfectly clear as far as I'm concerned, and that may be what I need to go back to. I don't know. Got sandbags done. Got the tarp needs to go down. Definitely couldn't do that today, but tomorrow we'll go ahead and finish up the other 25, and that should be enough to do at least one tarp, and then we'll roll out a tarp, get it out there, and get it going. And like I said, just keep going from there. All this is just a constant push. Things I got to look forward to in the near future are the fact that, you know, it's January starting, but somewhere towards the end of January, I got to start looking at different things like when I want to get my chickens, which is not garden concern, but it definitely is farm concern, because I think this year I want to do some broiler hens. So we'll see how those go. And I also need to start looking at ordering seeds, probably already. And then I need to look at ordering or getting those seeds planted, some of them as early as the beginning of the end of January, at least, without doing like hoop houses and stuff like that, because I do have my greenhouse, which I can start seeds in, and that may work. I also have a charge controller coming for my greenhouse. I already bought a battery to be able to store the energy. I already have solar panels that came from, you know, the cheap ones you get at Harbor Freight, and I do have a lot of things that I've got that I hopefully will work, that are Arduino based. And that way I can actually start building some automation within the greenhouse to be able to open and close doors and vents and things. And that's something I got to work on too. All this stuff in due time. But my trying to do one thing at a time. Right now, tarping the garden is one of them because that needs time. It needs time to work. So we'll keep going until I get that done, and we'll go from there. So anyway, you got any questions, comments, concerns, any of that, you know, leave it in the comments. Definitely like to read them, love to respond to them, and, you know, hit that bell notification, subscribe, all that stuff so that you'll get, you know, future videos. And this is an ongoing thing now. This will happen for this next year to let you guys know that, you know, I'm like 46 years old now, and if I can do this garden thing, you can too. So follow my lead. I'll show you how it goes, and we'll see how, you know, see whether or not you can do the exact same things. It's going to be a lot of work, but nothing comes easy. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, y'all take care.